So you guys are wondering, why did Iran get bombed by the United States? In June of 2025, the entire world shook when the United States decided to launch airstrikes on Iran's nuclear sites. But why did this happen so fast? Tensions have been built over the years due to Iran's nuclear program, and the United States kept warning Iran, but diplomacy failed, and eventually the United States bombed one of Iran's nuclear facilities. Because the United States had this fear that Iran will actually build a nuclear weapon that can actually harm Israel. So the United States prevented this from happening, just so Israel can be protected from that type of situation. So, from NATO's perspective, they thought this was legal because Iran could have made a nuclear weapon that can attack Israel since there's a war between them now. Because Iran is now attacking Israel and bombing it, and Israel has as some stuff themselves. They have weapons too. They have military too. They were also dealing with the war against Hamas. So NATO assumed that this was legal because since Iran had nuclear weapons like that, that is when they considered the United States bombing the nuclear sites legal. They could have used it on any type of country, or they could have used it on Israel since they're throwing missiles at Israel, which is hurting a lot of people, which is harming them. And the United States was not having it. So NATO even knew about the United States' fear. Even they feared the fact that Iran will be able to own and use a nuclear weapon to attack Israel. True, because at the list of who owns nuclear weapons, we see the United States owns nuclear weapons. We see North Korea owns nuclear weapons. We see so many more countries like France, the UK, even so many more countries. They possess nuclear weapons. Due to America's fear, out of nowhere, a surprise strike happened. And this took place at the nuclear sites where they usually hang out at. Like the United States was so scared to the point where they struck Iran. Once the United States bombed Iran's nuclear sites, Iran saw this as a threat. Because since the United States bombed Iran's nuclear sites, it shows that Iran wanted revenge because they assumed that this was a threat. Iran knew that the United States had attacked some Middle East countries, and they have military bases in Qatar, they have military bases in Syria, and a few more military bases there. So Oh, Iran saw this as a threat. So Iran decided to get revenge by launching bombs at a U.S. military base in the country of Qatar. Keep in mind, Iran knows that the United States has military bases. They knew that they had military bases over there. They knew that. And this is the places that the United States have their bases at many different places in the Middle East. These bases were located at Qatar, Iraq, Syria, the UAE, and Oman, etc. Iran's attack was reported to have happened at Qatar, but no casualties have occurred during this response. Here's what Donald Trump said. I am pleased to report that no Americans were harmed and hardly any damage was done. Trump posted on Truth Social, most importantly, they have gotten it all out of their system, and there will, hopefully, be no further hate. I want to thank Iran for giving us early notice, which made it possible for no lives to be lost and nobody to be injured. Trump said that Iran might be able to now proceed to peace and harmony, and he said would encourage Israel to do the same. How did other countries feel about this situation? Even Russia and China condemn this, and this indicates that Russia wants someone to return to diplomatic solutions. What do you guys think? Will this turn into a world war or a war?